Hey, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I was too busy blocking out the haters.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Progressive Transformation and today we're going to talk about an age-old question. High intensity interval training or steady state cardio? Which one is better?
One, fight!
Well, before we dive deep, I would like to first talk about a concept that shredded sports science touched on this video on the same topic of HIIT versus steady state that I think is really important for you guys to know before we delve into it. To put things into perspective, in the fitness industry, we have this way of thinking that something must be better than others, that my way of doing things is better than your way. And this isn't ideal because your way of doing things, and you can really see this on the topic we are talking about today. Everyone is trying to prove and discussing which of the methods of cardio is better off and which one is worse. And it seems like no one or only a minority of people consider that there is no better or best workout cardio option. There is only the best cardio for a specific situation.
Oh, you're so smart.
Having this said, there are academic studies that suggest that HIIT burns more fat than steady state cardio. But when it comes to a scientific study, you can't just go down to the conclusion section of the study and read what's in there. You need context. What do I mean by context? Well, when talking about the two groups on the study, are you sure that the only variable between them was that one group they did steady state cardio and on the other they did high intensity interval training? Because you need to consider you have no way of knowing, at least unless you were in the study, if all the participants had the same kind of job. Some of them
to work. Whoa, speaking of working, check out that sweet piece, because her body's working overtime.
Could be construction workers, and some of them could work on a desk job. And this is significant. There are also other factors. Are their metabolisms the same? Some may have higher resting metabolic rates than others. Are you sure their diets are the same? Some might be eating healthier foods and they might be less calories throughout the day. Are you sure their body reacts the same way to the carb intakes? For example, to the cardio itself. There are a lot of variables, not just the cardio regime. And while these findings from these studies, these academic studies, are a step into the right direction, you can't just pick a random study on the internet and roll with their conclusion and say it's fact. Facts come from a series of studies, from repetition. You need to understand that it's not a standalone. They come from a series of studies done with the same conclusion over time, among other requisites. And this is something widely done on the industry, which is picking a study and stating that their conclusion as facts to support their specific agenda. Well, which specific agenda am I talking about? Why is this done? Well, I gave a little clue to all you Sherlocks.
But how do you know about them?
Elementary, my dear Watson. This man has been dead for at least 2 hours. Moriarty isn't wasting any time.
Listening. It is because it serves their specific agenda, the agenda of the person communicating these facts to you. it is much easier to a fitness influencer or a fitness known person to pick a study and use it as evidence that their fitness program is superior to other fitness programs. It is way easier to package their program that contains the superior cardio regime or the superior dietary plan and sell it to you for, you know what, fitness bling bling.
Here comes the money, 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 money. Dollar, 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 dollar.
You really need to try and ask yourself, when someone is selling you something and they present scientific evidence to back up their claims, to support their product, would they not cherry pick the scientific research that, well, supports that product? We really need to abandon this concept of superior cardio protocol. The truth of the matter is that both cardio protocols there is no cardio protocol because superior, because both these cardio protocols serve different purposes, and both these protocols can be deemed the best under the right circumstances. But most importantly, both these protocols can and do lead to fat loss, for sure. Now, I'm going to give you the bad points of HIIT and the good points of high-intensity interval training, so you can see for yourself if high-intensity interval training is the best cardio protocol for you. Here it goes. It can be uncomfortable. It isn't great for beginners. It has increased risk of injury, and this is a problem that high-intensity exercises in general pose. And it can lead to burnout, to overtraining if you overdo it, because HIIT is strenuous on your whole body. So you really need to be wise with its frequency, and for sure do it less than you would, for example, do a steady-state cardio. Also, there is something that you can never forget about the need to change your exercise plans up. Doesn't matter if you're following the steady-state cardio protocol or the HIIT protocol, because the body will probably adapt to this stimulus, and the improvement won't be linear, it won't be exponential, it won't be continuous in this way. There will be stagnant points. Well, HIIT is basically sprint training, and the idea is to work at 80 to 95% of your maximum heart rate capacity for a short burst of time, say 30 seconds. And then you rest for another short period of time, let's say another 30 seconds or even less. Now, if you do, for example, a working period of 30 seconds and rest for a period of 15 seconds, your HIIT training becomes anaerobic, meaning that you are training in an environment with a lack of oxygen. One of the side effects of doing anaerobic training is that you will be that your body produces lactic acid, and you will no longer be able to carry on, and therefore you will end up having shorter workouts with the HIIT protocol. Now, I would say there are two major benefits to HIIT protocol. The first one being that obviously you will be having shorter workouts, and this is because of the explanation I gave you before. And the other being that it helps you burn fat, burn more calories all day long. One of the best benefits of it is how many calories your body will actually burn after your workout to get your system back up to where it was before you exercised. This is a phenomenon also called post-exercise oxygen consumption. EPOC or your afterburn. Research is shaky on this one, but I would say that this EPOC would last you around 24 to 48 hours. So it's the energy systems that are recruited for the body. For it, it's an aerobic system for short sprints, as well as the glycolytic system, which is anaerobic, as I have stated, where there is an absence of oxygen. And the difference with steady state cardio is that you are using the aerobic oxidative system. At least you are mainly using the aerobic oxidative system, because you use all three systems at the same time, without none of them ever shutting up completely off. In this oxidative phase, as the term states, as the term indicates, you are using oxygen to fuel the breakdown of carbohydrates first, then free fatty acids, and they come in second, of course, and if the exercise continues for long enough, protein. Basically meaning that if you run for long enough, but not way too long, like ultramarathon runners, for example, in theory, you can burn fat, you can burn these free fatty acids, and refrain from burning any proteins. I mean, you will eventually burn some, but not too much. Having this said, what are the benefits of steady state cardio? Well, basically, it is a way less stress-inducive workout regimen for cardio. It is a way less stress-inducive cardio routine that you can do more frequently than the HIIT protocol. And this is especially good if you are already weightlifting and doing cardio in conjunction to your weightlifting. You can imagine the stress you would be putting in your body if you regularly did these two activities, which, let me tell you, are really putting the stress up in your body, your whole body, in your joints, in your muscles, in your nervous system, and in your body in general. The main drawback that I would have to point out about steady state cardio protocols would be, I mean, you probably know this, yeah, is that you need to have longer periods of activity than the high intensity interval training protocol, and that can be boring for some people. Also, another concern would be that if you aren't running correctly, you can develop repetitive stress injuries. So, I would like to finish this video with these notes. Both protocols are good and can lead to fat loss, and will lead to fat loss. And both protocols have their advantages and their disadvantages. And if possible, to you, with your lifestyle, it would do you good if you could incorporate both protocols into your life, so you can get the best of both worlds. And this is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from this video. I really enjoyed making it and learning about this, so I could share with you guys. Also, I did say it before, but check the video on Shredded Sports Science about this same topic also. Very good information. And well, this is it, guys. Have a nice one, nice training, and good quarantine to you all. Peace.
So long, suckers.